All right, let's go with part 2. So we're going to look at the passive tree balance. Not the actual passive tree, but here we go. Let's see. The point blank keystone. Oh yeah, point blank got nerfed because it was too strong. Added a new cluster to the southeast of the ranger watchtowers. This cluster provides bonus to attack totems and allows you to summon additional ballista totem. Is Path of Building updated? Does anyone have an updated builder? And I can go like alongside with it? So do I just get Path of Building? Okay, let me go update Path of Building. Okay, let's read item balance. We'll come back to passive tree. A lot is not in yet. Okay, I'm just you'll see what I'm gonna do. Let me go here. Is an update ready yet? Download. Oh, it's automatically downloading. Nice. Ascendancy balance. Necromancer. Mindless aggression now grants your minions 10% movement speed from 30. Commander of Darkness now grants the increased attack and cast speed aura as a single combined aura rather than a separate aura for each skill you had. The matters for effects that care of how many buffs you have, such as Mantra of Flames. Okay, got it. Unwavering Faith now grant... Oh, wait! Unwavering Faith now grants the physical damage reduction in life as a single... Oh, okay, same thing for Mantra of Flame. Okay. Apply update. Okay, what looks new here? I'm gonna find this new node right now. Something looks wrong here and I can't tell what. Wait. You said this tree was updated? Am I stupid? I'm looking at the 3.8 tree. Convert to 3.9. Oh, there's a button. Convert to 3.9. I see. Wait, did I convert? Am I converted already? Ha! There it is. Okay, so this is the new cluster. One of the new clusters. Totem damage, totem placement, critical strike chance, critical strike multi, critical strike chance, critical strike multi, movement speed per summoned totem, +1 ballista totem. Totem's action speed cannot be Oh, that's nuts! That's so good! I wonder how that works for temp chains, because you're affected by temp chains, but would your totem... I don't think totems don't get affected by the curses, right? Totems don't get affected by curses, but... Explain action speed? So I feel like I can never really understand this properly, but basically action speed is like your movement. It's basically like your movement speed / other speeds. Essentially like chilled ground, temp chains, tar, stuff like that. Can we anoint the new passives? Probably. Let's take a look at the rest of them. The Ironwood cluster has been moved to south of Duelist. South of Duelist should be Ironwood. I should be able to see this. Oh shit, there's a whole totem cluster. No wonder I couldn't fucking see it. Okay. Physical damage. Oh, that's right. Yeah. What is this? Attack skills have +1 number of summoned ballista totems. Increased buff granted by your ancestor totems. It's a hybrid cluster. Each totem applies 1% increased damage taken to enemies near it. The movement speed for minions granted by Ravenous Horde Cluster has been halved.
A new subscriber arrives.
Yikes, dude. Razor Freak with the sub. Omnia gifted a sub. Appreciate it. The Graceful Assault Cluster has been moved closer to Ranger. Wasn't Graceful Assault like right here before? Or here? Or here? Oh, it's here. Wait, am I stupid? Wait, this was always here. I don't know. I'm confused. Ambidexterity Blade Barrier Cluster has been moved east several passives. Oh, yeah. So this was here, and they moved it here. Okay. The Retaliation Testudo Wheel is now where the Ambidexterity Blade Barrier used to be. Okay. Okay, I see. The Bludgeon Blitz and Swagger clusters have been moved one passive to the west. Bludgeon Blitz?
A new subscriber arrives.
This. Oh, this used to be here. This used to be here. I see.
Archive.
Archive! What's up, you? Thanks so much for the 6 month. I appreciate it. Lava Lash Notable now grants fire damage over time multiplier. Added a new cluster to the east of Shadow. Shocking Strikes grants increased lightning damage attack skills, chance to shock, increased shock effect, increased critical strike chance against shocked enemies. Arc. Shocking Strike. I can find this. I know the Shadow Tree. Don't scuff me. They said I see it. Lightning damage with attack skills. Unlucky. Wait. Is that where this was supposed to... Oh, no, they still have Arcane... Cool. Added a new cluster between Ranger and Duelist. Burning Brutality grants increased fire damage with attack skills. I was about to say, RF Trickster, dude. In between the Ranger and Duelist. Burning Brutality. If I was Burning Brutality, I would be here. Ignites you, deal damage 8% faster. Flash Freeze now grants chance to freeze. The small passive leading towards it grants cold damage, 12 from 16, and 10% increase to chill effect. That's going to be right here. Good. I like that. Added a new stat, minus extra total physical damage reduction for your hits. This is mainly for Impale. The stat has been added to the following clusters. Ophidian Aim, Blade Dancer, Splitting Strike, Spine Crusher, Farsight, Claws of the Pride, Flaying, Master of Force, Adamant, Inexorable. Inexorable? Isn't that a tank one? Ah. Ophidian, cool. Added a new, very similar stat. Enemies you impale have minus extra total physical damage reduction against impale hits. This has been added to the Forceful Skewering and Swift Skewering clusters. Ascendancy Balance. Necromancer. Mindless Aggression now grants your minions... Oh wait, we already saw it. Guardian. We already read that. Slayer. Endless Hunger now causes you to be unaffected by bleed rather than immune. Item Balance. Assassin, Sniper, Recurve, Bow types each have 6.7% critical strike chance from 6.5. They now each have an implicit that grants crit multi. Steelwood, Reflex Bow base types now grant 6% movement speed from 4, and Merakith now grants 10% movement speed from 8. Spine, Ivory, and Bone base types have a base attack of 1.4 from 1.35 and 6.5 crit from 6. The damage has been lowered to allow for the change to attack speed. The Ranger base type now deals more damage. All wand base types have 20% more base damage. Fizz wands, boys. Bows and wands can roll increased attack speed modifiers of one higher tier than previously of Acclaim is now the new highest tier. Essence of Zeal has been updated to be consistent with this chain. Essence buffed. Added fire, cold, lightning damage for bows. Added fire, cold, lightning damage for bows no longer use the same modifiers as those found on one-handed weapons. They instead have their own progression, which is approximately 25% stronger. Awesome for crafting. Speaking of which, crafting modifiers. The faster start of energy shield recharge modifiers, please tell me they nerfed it. Please tell me they nerfed it. The lower the tier now grants 8 to 11 from 12 to 17 and costs an Orb of Alchemy, previously a Regal. The higher tier grants 12 to 15 from 18 to 24 and costs 4 Orbs of Alchemy from an Exalt. I mean, it's a nerf that's pretty big, but it's a lot more accessible, so I'm okay with that for SSF. You can no longer craft +1 maximum number of curses on body armor. You can no longer craft the veiled increased damage or specific elements with ailment chance on bows. Crafted modifiers which grant elemental or chaos resist penetration on weapons now grant 9 to 10 from 14 to 16. The of crafting crafted suffix which previously allowed you to... Oh, this is multi-modding. Multi-modding got giga nerfed. The veiled and crafted modifiers with hybrid defenses and life have had their values halved. Rip. That's a big rip. Shaper and Elder modifiers. I don't know if I want to read this too much, but fuck it, here we go. Shaper and Elder physical damage added as Fire, Cold, Lightning on amulets now grant 8 to 11 from 10 to 15 and 12 to 15 from 16 and 20 of physical. Okay. The Shaper and Elder attack speed and double damage modifiers to weapons now grant 4 to 6 chance to deal double from 20. Elemental penetration suffix modifiers can no longer roll. Prefix versions have rip. Bows can no longer roll the two-handed weapon version of added cold per dexterity. They now roll the one-handed version instead. Increased maximum mana modifiers and helmets now grant 9 to 11 from 10 to 15 and 12 to 15 from 16 to 20. The higher tier of all attribute modifiers on amulets can no longer roll. The higher tier elemental pen on amulets can no longer roll. The lower tier reduce reflect physical elemental damage taken modifiers and body armor now grant 100% reduce. That's good. The lower tier reduced reflected physical and elemental damage taken on body armors now grants 100% rather than 15 to 22. That's pretty cool. Reflect immunity is a thing. Reduce reflect physical elemental damage taken on rings now grant 31 to 45 from 10 to 15. That's really good. They're trying to counter reflect. Non-chaos damage added as extra modifiers and amulets now from 3 to 5 from 7 to 13. Non-elemental damage added as extra chaos. Good. I honestly really fucking hated this meta, so I'm so happy to see this getting wiped. Recover mana on block now grants 3 to 5 from 4 to 8, bringing them in line with life and energy. You can no longer roll the higher tier additional chance to evade attacks modifier on rings. The all elemental resistance on can roll 13 to 15 from 9 to 12. You can no longer roll chance to maim and maim support modifiers on two-handed maces. Hybrid physical damage and support spell damage and support spell modifiers can no longer roll on two-handed weapons. So all I'm reading from this is that my strategy for finding gear is not nerfed. So easy clap. Fossil crafting. The supported by maim modifier from serrated fossils can no longer roll on body armors. The damage is taken from mana before life from loosened fossils is now a prefix to be consistent with the shaper version of this modifier. The added maximum life and increased life modifier from pristine can no longer roll. It's a good thing we're playing Mind Over Matter. Yikes, dude. The rare chess piece with Vayne was actually meta. Yeah, but it wasn't my meta, so I didn't care about it. Oh, you're saying for the guy who uses a rare chess piece. I see. Elemental penetration modifiers from fossils grant 5 to 7 from 7 to 10, and 2-handed, so nerf. So they're basically nerfing fossils, which is good. Honestly, it sucks, but it's good. You know why? Because it's just a bad feeling knowing that the best way to craft your gear is farming Delve. And like, if you play SSF, you just farm Delve and then you craft your gear. I don't know. It's nice. It's, you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. Meta shift. And that's good. It's important so we don't get stale of doing the same fucking thing all the time. I like it. Even though it's nerfs all across the board, I think that this is good and it's healthy for the game. I do. And I can only say that because I'm not jaded because I took a fucking break. So, I'm good. Other item changes. Unique item balance. Monster changes. There's so much. I thought we were done. Okay, let's keep going. Other item changes. The Metal's modifier on boots, which grant chance to dodge attacks or spells, now grant 5 to 6 from 11 to 12. That was like the Legion drop. Spell damage modifiers for one-handed can now reach 109. Oh, cool. So my build's getting buffed. Thanks, dude. Spell damage modifiers granted by Essence of Will has been updated. Good. The increased fire, cold, lightning damage prefixes have also been raised. Okay, awesome. I'm liking this. Cartographer seals and unshaping orbs can no longer be obtained via their recipe. Awesome. Fuck recipes. Apprentice, Cardo Sexton are now called Simple Sexton. Journeyman Sextons have been renamed Prime, and Master have been renamed Awaken. They each have new art. Sextons no longer... Okay, we already know that. The rewards from Legion and Blight have been tweaked. The number of... Oh, Legion. The number of gems rewarded by Labyrinth chests has been reduced. Oh, it's only been 9 years. How come you nerfed it now? Modifiers exclusive to Convoking Wand have had their relative weightings adjusted. That's because they reduced minion rolls on Convoking Wands. Skill-specific Labyrinth enchants that increase the skills area have had their values increased 16. Okay. From the Merciless and 24 from Eternal. Blast Rain, enchant. Okay. Labyrinth enchants which previously granted knockback on sweep have chance to gain endurance charge. Labyrinth enchants which previously granted increased duration now grant increased damage. Labyrinth enchants which granted AoE for shrapnel shot now galvanic no longer are... Okay, the Shaper Elder Scarabs have been reworked. They now add influence outcomes in the map area and grant more chance to find... Okay. Wait. They now add the influence to the map. Oh, cool. The price of protection divination card has been temporarily disabled from dropping because tier 16 Elder Chateau maps are no longer a thing. Unlucky. Remove Sexton upgrading recipe. Unique item balance. Okay. Here we go. Reach of the Council is not changing in this update. Okay. Volley fire is now limited to 1. It causes you to fire 6 additional projectiles on the first and last volley. What? What? Is that like really broken? Or what? I don't know what that... Is that a jewel? That looks really nuts, but I don't know. Asinus Chant now triggers a socketed spell when you attack with a bow. Previously had a 25% chance and now has a 0.3 second cooldown. Existing items are... What is Asinus Chant? Emberwake now causes ignited enemies to burn 65%. Oh, 50 to 65. Hiri's Ire got nerfed because it was too strong. Quill Rain got buffed. I love Quill Rain. I love Quill Rain. I love it. I'm not gonna lie, I may have to play a Quill Rain build again with Toxic Rain and fucking Pepega Arrow. Zoph's Nurture no longer has ignites. Okay. Now has supported by level 20 ignite proliferation. Volley Fire is a barrage jewel, but the added projectile cannot shotgun and hit the same target. Oh, okay. I mean, I know Quill Rain might be pretty bad, but it's enough to farm like all the way into yellow tier maps, so you craft a +3 for sure. Asinus Chant is Faded Asinus Mark, the one that gives you temp chains on hit. The Uncharted Will's damage reduction from the Harbinger of Focus is now multiplicative with other similar effects. Snakebite no longer grants 5% of damage over time multiplied per frenzy. Nahamu's Flame Burst now deals 15% more. Hallowed Ground no longer overrides the level of monsters within it and now adds or subtracts the number of levels from the monster. Okay. Pitch Darkness no longer drops and cannot be obtained. I don't know what that is. Sudden Ignition no longer drops and cannot be obtained outside of trading with other players. And that prevents Burning Arrow from applying its additional burning debuff. Asinus Chant is a helmet, not the glove. Okay, it doesn't matter to me what it is. I'll figure it out in game. Sibyl's Lament now reduces reflect damage taken by 80 from 40. That's really good. Uriel's Fostering minions are now immune to damage and cannot be targeted by enemies. This is a buff. Voltaxic Rift now allows you to shock enemies if dealing 300% more and allows you to your shock to inflict increased damage taken by enemies. Ooh! That's nuts. Voltaxic's crazy. Boss encounters throughout the entire campaign have been made more difficult. In most cases, they have significantly more life, will deal more damage, and use some skills and attacks more quickly. This is particularly true for act bosses. Several bosses also have new skills. Many bosses with lengthy introductions, such as Brine King, now take reduced damage for a short period, immediately after becoming targetable. Monsters throughout the game now have more armor from 33% at level 1 up to 2,762% at level 84. Sounds a lot scarier than it is because the base armor is stirringly unimpressive. Monster resistances throughout the game have been reviewed and made more consistent. In many cases, this has resulted in more resistance on monsters. The wave skill used by some sea witches is no longer considered a projectile and will deal damage in a way that more accurately reflects its visual. Good. Mastermind will now drop scarabs when slain. Safe pass outcomes that reward scarabs have been changed, have a chance to reward additional scarabs. Okay. We're pretty much done. Here we go. What's this? The Atlas has been completely worked. There is a new storyline, new boss encounters, and new ways to customize the Atlas. The Elder Shaper combined Elder and Shaper encounters can still be accessed. If you're lucky, Zana may offer a Shaper or Elder Guardians map. Elder Guardians no longer are in a separate instance. Elder Guardians are no longer in a separate instance to that of their map. Ooh. Ooh. Like the bosses throughout the campaign, most map bosses have had their life significantly increased and the damage and speed of several skills increased. Many bosses are now also more resistant to elemental and chaos damage. When encountering Zana in a map, the number of map options she offers you is now tied to the level of the area. Zana's level, which determines map device crafting options you have available as what Zana's level, which determines map device crafting options you have available, as well as what map Zana can stock in her vendor window, is now determined by the number of maps you have completed on your Atlas. Maps have a 10% chance to contain a Vol side area, which is awesome. The Cortex, I wonder if those can drop maps. The Cortex map is now more commonly available from Zana relative to other synthesis maps, and now is always level 83. All synthesis maps now require a minimum level 80 to appear in Zana's mission. All 5 synthesis maps can now drop as unique items. They can only be acquired from map bosses of tier 11 or greater. Or if you're very, very lucky, maybe Zana will sell you one. Essence, 2 Chaos. Pretty good. Anarchy, Domination, 3 Shrines. Bloodlines, 3 additional magic packs. Nemesis, Beyond, 5. Legion, 6. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. The world panel map now supports curved lines. Resonator stack sizes are no longer obscured by the resonator sockets in the Delve stash tab. Added slots in the fragment stash tab for Elder and Uber Elder fragments. Quest rewards. Zana no longer awards maps as you complete the Atlas quest line. Instead, she awards free uses of her special map device. Yo, they're changing it! Added Shrapnel Ballista as a quest reward. Added Arrow Nova as a support. Added, okay, we all don't need to read that. PvP changes. Sorry, due to your meme. Bug fixes. We're pretty much ready. Edit. You can no longer roll the higher tier additional chance to evade attack modifier on rings. Crafted modifiers. You can no longer craft the veiled increased damage specific elements. Explosive arrow on... Okay, this... Didn't they just like copy paste this? There are now separate weapon elemental damage modifiers for one-handed and two-handed weapons. All values from weapon elemental damage modifiers have been buffed. The highest one-handed now topping at 59 from 42. The two-handed versions tops out at 100%. The elemental damage modifiers from prismatic fossils have had their values lowered. The two-handed tops out at 94 from 120. Okay, chance of bleed, chance of poison, poison duration, bleed duration modifiers can no longer roll as suffixes. The suffix mods that grant... Okay, I wonder if that makes it so it's easier to roll your good prefixes. Add a new damage over time multiplier modifier, which can roll on weapons and quivers as a suffix. Added a new damage over time multiplier. Oh, cool. 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 Can go on quivers. Nice. The bow attacks fire additional modifier from Elder Influence now grants +1 projectile. Added a new modifier which grants an additional arrow which can roll on bows as a suffix. That's pretty cool. I like this. They did a lot of cool bow buffs. Like a lot of non-attack bow builds, like damage over time bow builds. I like it. I am so far pretty happy about it.